Hello everybody, Praveen Khanna is back, and on your request students, I will be today making a small video which will be helping you in listenings. As today I'll try to cover the activity in listening, that is fill up, and as we know students that fill up exercise constitutes of 30% to 50% of your scores in IELTS, and often students complain and often students fail to understand, so they complain how they can overcome this practice or how they can overcome this hurdle to score more bands. Okay, so to help you students, I am making this particular video, and before taking you further, let me tell you some things that I have lot of content. So what I have decided, I will be uploading this particular content in 2-3 parts, and what I'll be doing is I will be covering different type of, or rather to say 8 different type of fill up activity. Okay, so let me give you a list. First of all, I will be covering form filling activity, means fill ups which we have in forms. Then we will be covering tables, we will be covering constructions, we will be covering flowcharts. In addition to this, we will be covering timelines, and then we will be covering fill-ups which are in section 4. Then we will be covering processes, and last we will also be covering summaries. So in today's video, I will start with simple questions, that is questions from section 1. Okay, and while discussing these sections, I will also be discussing with you some tips as well as some strategies which you need to use to enhance yourself, to make your understanding better. Okay, so without wasting time, let us start. Okay students, so here is very first activity in front of you, and as you can see, it is very simple activity which requires you to fill up one blank and write no more than one word. Now, metal should not be rusted or bent. Means, now first thing which you should understand is that this particular listening is about a metal or a piece of metal, and then edges of caught. Now means it is caught, it is about caught, edges of caught should not be. Now B is giving you a hint that the missing word can either be a noun or it can be an adjective. Okay, so now when you will be able to understand, the second skill will be working, which I call prediction. Now, prediction means to say in simple words, you need to fill in word which best fits this particular blank, or in other words, which completes this sentence. Okay, so here is audio track for you.
What features should you look for in a baby's cot? Well, obviously, safety is a very important factor, as well as comfort and convenience. We recommend that if you are buying a cot, do make sure that any metal present is not rusted or bent in any way. You should ensure your cot has only rounded or smooth edging without any sharp edges. This is especially important for wooden cots. And now, on to beds for toddlers.
Okay, I hope the previous activity was understandable. Let's move to the next activity. Okay, now here is this picture in front of you, so which has 2 blanks. So quality is required, means to say, now you can understand that quality is required in somebody. So first quality is missing, means now you can understand this missing word is again an adjective, because qualities are adjective. And second question, ability to. Ability to means to say, now prediction says that here you need verb. Ability to speak, ability to write, ability to understand. Okay, now let's try this particular activity. Here we go.
Well, we'd certainly be interested in inviting you for an interview if you're still interested.
Oh, yes, certainly. Could I just also ask what qualities you're looking for?
Well, for this particular job, we want a clear voice, which you obviously do have.
Thanks.
And you must be able to think quickly, you know.
Well, I hope I...
So...
Okay, now over to next activity. Here in this activity again, a picture is in front of you, and write no more than one word for each answer. So first of all, first sentence, The dash will be $320. Means to say, now your prediction says that either it is a rent or it is deposit or some sort of fee. Okay, so broadly means you need to write noun. And the next question, she needs to pay the rent by cash or check on dash basis. Now dash basis, monthly basis, yearly basis, quarterly basis. So prediction says that way. Okay, so now let us try this activity.
Used to a big house with a garden, swimming pool, pets and all that.
Okay, fine. I know quite a bit about what you want now. I should let you know that your rent will be $160 per week. You'll have to pay me $320 as a deposit before you move in. The deposit is as insurance in case you break something. You'll need to pay monthly to me by cash or cheque, I don't mind. You don't need to pay for gas, electricity or water.
Okay, lastly, the final activity is the video and it is in front of you. Now, as you can see, possible time and place of theft. Now, you should understand, students, that in this case, something is missing and this person who has lost his or her item is reporting about item to, I think, a police officer. So now, be careful. Location outside the means you need to fill in place here. Okay, outside the. So again, it will be a noun, it will be place. Then next question, details of suspect. Suspects are people on which are suspicious, on which somebody is having suspicion. So some boys asked for the dash, then ran off. Okay, boys asked for the, that is your keyword. Then straight away coming to the question number 9, he was about 12, slim, built with dash hair. Now means for question number 9, you need to write down type of hair or quality of hair. And lastly, crime reference number allocated. So means in this case, you will have to write reference number or a number. Okay, so let us try this activity.
So that was September the 10th? And do you have any idea at all of where or when the things might possibly have been stolen?
Well, at first I couldn't believe it because the bag had been on my back ever since I left the apartment after lunch. It's just a small backpack, but I generally use it when I'm traveling because it seems safer than a handbag. Anyway, I met up with a friend, and we spent a couple of hours in the museum. But I do remember that as we were leaving there, at about 4 o'clock, a group of young boys ran up to us, and they were really crowding round us, and they were asking us what time it was. Then, all of a sudden, they ran off.
Can you remember anything about them?
The one who did most of the talking was wearing a t-shirt with a picture of something. Let's see. A tiger.
Right. Any idea of how old he might have been?
Around 12 years old?
And can you remember anything else about his appearance?
Not much. He was quite thin.
Color of hair?
I do remember that. He was blonde. All the others were dark-haired.
And any details of the others?
Not really. They came and went so quickly.
Right. So what I'm going to do now is give you a crime reference number so you can contact your insurance company. So this is 10 digits. 87954 82361.
Thank you. So, should I contact...
Okay, students, so before finishing or ending this particular video, let me remind few points or tips which I guess you would have learned from this particular activity. Okay, so you can write down. First point, the first step is that you must try to understand the purpose of that particular activity by scanning keywords or by underlining keywords. Alright. Secondly, by understanding these keywords, you can be able to predict the missing word. Is a missing word a noun? Is it an adjective? Or is it a verb? Okay, that way you can also make your mind and you can understand what is happening, which is being talked about, and I guess that way you will be able to gain more and more score in IELTS. Okay, and before ending this video, let me remind you that this particular activity will be covered in 2 or maybe 3 videos. So, and I have started working on next video where I will be covering table, constructions, flowcharts and timelines. Okay, so wait for that video and very soon I will be uploading that. Bye bye. God bless.